All right, ladies and gentlemen, this second section of Business Net Math from Chapter 1 deals with a thing called average pay. All right, when we talk about average pay, um, here's the definition that we're looking at. Adding all the values together, then dividing by the total number of values. Okay, so hopefully you've been doing averages for quite a long time, so this shouldn't be too terrible for you. But there will be some difficult and challenging questions that we'll go over here in a second. I've got 3 different examples we're going to go over here. Uh, Starting with this one, it's a very basic example. What we've got is these are our values that we have earned throughout the week. All right, 82 on Monday, 91 on Tuesday, and so forth down here. So we want to know what was our average pay for the week. So to figure that out, we're going to add these 5 numbers up together. And when we do that, we get a total of $435. And we divide that by the total number of days that we worked, which is 5. And then that gives us a final answer of we averaged $87 per week. Okay, so very simple, very straightforward. Adding these values together and then dividing by 5. If he only worked 4 days a week, this number would then be a 4. Okay, so this value is determined by how many values or how many times we work in this case. So moving on to the next example. If we let's say Val earns $18,000 per year. We want to find her average pay per hour if she works 37.5 hours per week for all 52 weeks of the year. Okay, so this one's a kind of a multi-step problem that we've got going for us. Almost fell out of my chair. Whoa, it's not a good deal. In this problem, okay, we are looking for the average pay per hour. That's our final answer. Okay, so what the information we have right now with her pay per year, how many hours she worked per week, and how many weeks there are in a year, we can't figure that out yet, so we got to do some multiplication. I need to figure out how many total hours she worked in the year. Okay, so to figure out the total number of hours worked in the year, okay, we take this 37.5 per week and we multiply that by the number of weeks there are in a year, which is 52. Factoid of the day, if you did not know that, there's 52 weeks in the year. Okay, when we do that, we get an answer of 1,950 total hours that Val has worked. Okay, so now we are able to figure out the average because we can now take 18,000 and we divide that by the total hours she worked, which is 1,950, which means average per hour she got $9.23. Okay, so this would be our final answer. Okay, so if there's an extra step in there because we did not have the information we needed to figure out the answer right away in one nice easy step. So we had to do a quick multiplication aspect, and then we were able to use our division for the average function and figure that out there. Okay, our final example was an example that really was very difficult for people to understand last year. Okay, so if we look over here, it says your daily pay for 4 days is $68, $80, and $75. $75 and $79. Okay, how much do you have to earn on that 5th day to average $77 a day in earnings? Okay, so they give us the 4 values of 68, 80, 75, and 79, and we are looking for this secret value here that gives us a total average of 77 bucks. Okay, so that's what our final answer's got to be, or when we average all of our answers up, when we get our final answer, which is this number, that's what it has to average, is 77. Okay, so because we know that we have got a 5-day week, we know 4 of the values, we can take 77, which is our average, we multiply that by 5, and that gives us an answer of 385. Okay, we do this 385, the reason why we do that is that would be the answer we would get if we would add all these numbers up. And then we would divide it by 5 to get the 77. Okay, so we're basically working backwards. We know the average, we know how many days it was. This is our total. So now I take this 385 that we had and I subtract out all of these values. Okay, so when I added all those values up, we got 302, and that gives us a final answer when we subtract those as a final answer of $83. That's how much we would have to work on that 5th day to get an average of 77. Okay, this 302 comes from adding these 4 numbers together, or you could just simply take 385, subtract out 68, then subtract out 80, then subtract out 75, then 79, and you would end up with this final answer. Okay, so this one's the most complex problem that we've got. It did give people fits last year, just an FYI. So, you know, try to do your best and help yourself out that way. And good luck with this next assignment.